Okay, hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I am waiting for my camera to focus. There we go. I am going to be drawing and painting a beautiful little zebra finch, but today I am going to be using my acrylic paints. I just really felt like using something a bit stronger, a bit brighter than I normally do. I'm just going to straighten my camera. Just bear with me, guys. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I really wanted, oh, hang on, I've got to set up my other chat too. Whoops a daisy. There we go. Got that sorted. So, yeah, so I wanted to do, wanted to use something that was much more vibrant, bit thicker, bit more fun than, I'm so used to watercolours. I just wanted to do something outside my comfort zone. So I'm drawing this little zebra finch. I love these little birds. We have them here in Australia, wild, and we also can have them as pets. So I'm just going to do his rough shape. I've got my reference picture that you can see in the top left corner. I got that off Unsplash, which is a royalty-free reference site. And I'm just going to come around here and just get roughly his shape. Now his head is 1 and a bit times his head. Is 1 and a bit times his body. His tail just pops out the back there. You can just see his tail. I'm not worrying about his feet just yet. I've got to round his body up a bit more, like that. Hello, Shane. How are you, doll? How are you? How are you? Now I've got to draw his beak. And it comes off the top of his head. Lovely to see you. Oh, actually, it's very hot in here. I'm going to turn my air conditioner on. Hello, Joe. How are you? This is a little Australian zebra finch. They're gorgeous little birds. And they're wild here, and they're absolutely the sweetest little creatures. The sweetest little creatures. They make the sweetest, gentlest little sound, and they're so placid, and they're so tiny. They're about that big. They're about the size of this little bird's head. They're teeny tiny. And I adore the birds. So they've got beautiful, this is a little boy one. The little boy ones have a beautiful little crest. I'm good. How are you? I'm great. I am very good. I'm just very excited to paint today. You know, there's days where you want to, but you sort of can't get motivated. And then today I was so motivated, and I even dreamt about painting last night. I'm like, okay, I need to get out there. I need to paint. Couldn't wait to get up and start today. A little bit cooler than yesterday, so that's always good. Mum says hello. Hello, Mum. How are you, doll? And I'm really, really, really loving drawing and painting birds. So I thought this little guy is a sweetie. And I literally when I finish streaming, I spend most of my afternoon sitting outside watching the birds. So I went out and topped up their waters and their food this morning because we've got another hot day ahead. Not as hot as the other day, thank goodness, but still warm. So I'm just going to rough in his detail. So he's basically an oval and a little circle. And it's just a matter of getting the head. So the head, you can see the head to the neck is 1.5 times the body. The tail's about the same length as the beak. So tail, or if you do this, tail using your pencil, that long, or beak, sorry, that long, tail, same length. So I use everything it was 7 here yesterday. Oh, wow. -7. Ew, that's very cold. Yeah, no. I like cold. I don't quite like that cold. Now, his little, what did we get to? We got to 31 Celsius, 32 yesterday, so it was a lot cooler. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but 32 Celsius yesterday. So much cooler than the other day, which is nice. And today's supposed to be 32 and storms. So thunder and lightning this afternoon, so that should be fun. I love watching a storm, I do have to say. As long as we have rain with it, I'm a happy camper. Now this other little leg pops out. Now his leg, measuring it up against his little beak, his leg is the same length as his beak. So then I know I measured the pencil mark there and his leg's that long. So that's how I come up with that measurement. So I draw this little leg coming straight out, and then I just wrap his claws around, and I'll draw the branch in last. Got another little claw there. One that comes around the back. And then I draw the little branch coming just past his chest. Doesn't have to be exactly the same as the reference. But yeah, highly recommend Unsplash as a reference site. They've got some beautiful photos. And I think this photo was taken by a fellow called Daniel Clode, who's a beautiful photographer who puts his photos on Unsplash for us to use, which is wonderful, very thoughtful of him. I love thunderstorms. You don't get good ones here in the UK. Oh, mate, we do rippers, don't we? It was so cold. Yeah, no. I like the cold, but not quite that cold. I don't think I've ever experienced -7 in my life. Even when it snows here, it's only like -3 or 4. That's about as cold as it gets. And that's in the depths and depths, like the most severe of winters. Now he's got a branch coming off here as well. I just saw that branch comes off here, like that. Mum is doing 2 tapestries. Oh, your mum's a sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. I very much appreciate it. I've lost my eraser. I tidied up again. Note to self, don't tidy up because I always lose everything. I lose all the things. Yeah, as long as it's a rain and lightning, because we get lots of dry lightning, as you would know. Lots of dry lightning. Now I'm going to draw this other claw comes around here like that. Okay, so that's pretty much the base sketch done. My camera's not really zooming very well, is it? Hang on. There we go. Is that better? That's a bit more clear. Just going to leave a hand in there so it doesn't lose focus. Right, so now I'm going to do acrylics today. I'm doing something completely, hit my camera, completely outside my realms of normal. And I am going to start with, I've got my glass palette here next to me. I might even use these watercolour palettes to mix. That might be easy because then you can sort of see a little bit of what I'm mixing, because I can just wipe it off when I'm done. Now I've got to mix up. I've got a beautiful red for the beak. So I'm going to start with the beak, pop that. I'm not using water to mix my acrylics either. I'm using, what's it called? Glycerin. Using glycerin to dilute my watercolor, my acrylic. I'm so used to saying watercolor. I'm just going to add this beautiful, vibrant little beak and just fill that in. Acrylics, yes, Joe. I haven't done a lot of it for a long time, but I've just been so needing to do something. I wanted to do it. Oh, why is my camera not focusing? Hang on. Why is my camera not focusing? Hang on, I'm going to try and focus it with that. No? Maybe I need to turn the light on. Hang on. I'll pop a light on. There we go. Does that work? Focusing a little. It's still not very clear, is it? Oh, no, there we go. And I've got to remember that I can go over the lights with white afterwards. So whereas on watercolour, it's work light to dark and leave your highlights as the white of the paper. So I need to remember that I don't have to save the whites, which is really nice. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a lighter, add a little bit of white, which we don't use in watercolour generally, to the red, and add a little bit of pink just to highlight the beak a little bit. Like that. And a little bit of white down here. I'll add more detail sort of down the track. Now I've got to mix up a grey. So I'm going to use burnt umber. I have all the same colours in my acrylics that I do in my watercolour. I always keep the same colours handy. Now my cobalt blue, I only literally made up this palette this morning. So burnt umber, cobalt blue to make, I use exactly the same colours as I do. And I mix exactly the same way to keep it nice and universal across all of my palettes. And I even lay every single palette I have, I lay out exactly the same way. So this is a very pale grey that I've just mixed up with burnt umber, cobalt blue. And I'm going to come around his head and add the darker greys first. I had to dig out all my brushes. I had to mix up the new palette, and I've got a Stay Wet palette, which I absolutely love. And you can keep your acrylics wet. I'll show you under my camera. This is my Stay Wet palette, and it's got an airtight lid, and I put a wet sponge in it, put the lid on, pop it in the fridge, and it stays wet for months. So you're not having to pour your paint every single day out of your tubes. I use tubes. I have some pots, but if I do more, I'd get more pots. What brand of paint? I use Golden and Italia, a mixture of the both. I've got a mixture of Golden acrylics and Italia acrylics, and I like the heavy heavy body. Actually, I do have some flows as well, which is a lighter flowing medium. I've got a mixture of everything on here. But I use, my favourite brands, my absolute favourite brand of acrylics is Golden. It's just beautiful. And one of my friends who's got an art supplies, so, I can get it from her readily. So, and she's got all the colours under the rainbow because she's a beautiful artist herself. So she always has a stock, which is wonderful. I've got to remember not to dip into my water. I'm using glycerin, what you'd use for cooking. I'll show you the bottle. Where's my bottle of glycerin? I just buy this Queen's glycerin from the supermarket, and I use that with my acrylics. I learnt that off a wonderful YouTube friend who's a beautiful artist who does a lot of acrylics, and he doesn't use water, he uses glycerin. So I'm like, I'll give that a go. And it's lovely because you don't lose the vibrancy of your acrylic. So I've got to let that dry, and it slows the drying down a little bit because water evaporates really fast, especially in this climate. Now I'm going to take this grey around here. Yeah, it slows your drying time, allows it to be a little bit more because acrylic dries super duper fast. Why glycerin? I just think it's like it takes longer to evaporate. And it's slower to evaporate. It's a bit, I don't know, water dilutes the colour. Water really dilutes the colour, and glycerin doesn't seem to. I'm not 100% sure of the benefits of whys, but now I'm going to do the brown. I'm using, what am I using? Transparent brown oxide. Whoops, I did it again. I've got to go into my glycerin, not into the... And it's just cooking glycerin, just food glycerin, so no smells, no toxic stuff, no yuckies. No yuckies. And again, I'm painting on my Stillman Burn multimedia pad. I love my Stillman Burn books. Love, love, love. And I seriously thought about doing oil painting today. I've got some water-soluble oils. Because I live on a farm, I can't have traditional chemicals, like I can't dispose of it. So I've got to have, because we're off-grid, we only have tank water or dam water. We don't have access to anything to be able to clean chemicals. So I have to use everything's got to be water-soluble. Everything that I use has to be dissolvable and disposable. So, so I love acrylics. I was going to do oils. I've got water-soluble oils, but they take forever to dry. So I'm just blocking in his base colours, and then I'll add the detail over the top. So now I'm going to add the orange of his crest or his cheek, so that's how you can tell he's a boy. And I'm just going to use cadmium orange. I need to wipe off my palette a little bit. There we go. Get some cadmium orange on there. And come around here and pop that into his cheek. Like that. And I really, really, really love every now and then just doing something a little bit different. You don't like oils for that same reason. I don't like oils for that same reason. Don't like the chemicals. Yeah, and I love oils. There's nothing more beautiful than an oil painting to look at. Like, they are magnificent. And when people I follow a few wildlife artists, and they can just get so much detail and so much life in their work, and it glows. Like, it's got a real energy to it. The oil painting has a magnificent feel, but it takes 6 months to dry. And I can't dispose of the chemicals. And it smells, and I haven't got good ventilation. I've got windows, but I haven't got circulation of air. So, yeah, I just don't have the facilities to be able to. I've got water soluble, but again, it takes 6 months to dry. Now I'm adding white, even though I don't need to put white on, because the paper's cream, and I'm so used to using watercolours, just using the paper for the lights. So I've got to teach myself to use white a little bit. So I'm putting some white in there. So just blocking that in. And now for his tummy starts off a light grey. So I'm actually going to use this colour I've got up here. I'm just going to add some more white to it. You can't see that off camera. Hang on, I'm going to move it all across a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. So I've mixed up that grey that I had for his head before, and now I'm adding more white to that and taking that down onto his body. And that hasn't really lightened that, so I'm going to lighten it some more. Oh, it's a couple of tones lighter. I can add white over the top anyway at the end. And I need to take it right in. There we go. It's a bit better. Add a bit more direct white off the palette. And I'm just going to cover in his whole tummy. His whole tummy. I think in my description I put acrylic. Bad me. Oh, sorry, watercolour. Maybe I didn't. I just had that moment of, did I change the underneathy thing? I just wanted to get on this morning and stream, so I literally just clicked all the buttons, as you do. Clicked all the buttons, did all the things. Come down here, and just fill in right up to his tum. And I love watercolour because you can get really sort of soft suggestions of detail, but I felt like I wanted to do proper detail. I didn't want to suggest detail. I wanted to do like really super fine detail today. So I dug out all my old brushes that I haven't used in forever. And the old acrylic brushes. Because I think it's got to have been a year since I painted with acrylic. It has to have been at least a year. So, but it's good fun. It's always fun to do different things. Again, I'm going back into this lighter brown. What is it? It's actually it's brown oxide. Brown oxide, this one is. So it's a lighter reddy brown. I get a bit of glycerin on my brush so it spreads a bit more. See, I add the glycerin and it just spreads it. It does dilute it a little bit though, having just said that it doesn't, but it does a little bit. All right. I've gone completely blank of the name of my friend, the artist who does it on YouTube, who I learned it from. I really must finish my cow portrait. You must, Joe, you must. Get back and get into it. Now, his legs are the same colour as his cheek, so I'm going to go in with the orange. I'll just give my brush a little bit of a wash. Go back into the orange. As you can see, I'm using the same brush for pretty much everything. Come down here. And it's just personal preference. I love a round brush. I know I've got friends who will only use flats. I love my rounds. I'm very much a round brush fan. Whoops, too much of it on my brush. Very much. Oh, God, I've still got too much. I'm not used to it picking up so much pigment. Okay, come down and around here. Because my watercolours I have been in the pan for ages, so they're quite firm. And this is very juicy. Very, very juicy. Okay, so that's the base of my little bird. Coloured in. I'm going to so now I'm going to go yellow ochre and white for the stem that he's sitting on. So yellow ochre and white for just to block in that stem. Fill it in. It's getting very grey outside. bit ominous. Come in here, tuck that in around his little foot. And psychologically, I'm still thinking acrylic. Watercolour. Like I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to touch that because it'll blend. It'll soak in and flow, and it doesn't. So my brain's still working, very much working in watercolour mode. I'm like, oh, don't touch your colours together because they'll flow together and you don't want that. And I'm like, oh, I don't have to think about that today. And this foot, the stem actually comes up here. I forgot to draw that in. So again, mix up a little bit more yellow ochre, a little bit more white. Take that stem up a bit there. Got a juicy brush there. Come down there. There we go. Like that. Pop that branch in between his toes, and I can always go over. If I mess up and add colour where I don't want it, I can always go over it with more acrylic. Ta-da! One of the things I love about acrylic. When you make a mistake, you can go over it, which I am not used to, I have to say. I'm used to covering things with watercolour. Like if I make a mistake, it's like, whoops, let's just disappear that with a darker branch or a leaf or something. But this, I can just go over it with the same colours, which is nice, and tidy things up. Pop that in there like that. There we go. So that's the little branch, the base sort of colour. It's at the ugly stage and I'm not feeling brave. Just be brave. Go rogue. You've got to work through the uglies. You've got to work through the uglies. I know it's hard, but it is so worthwhile once you get through it. Kick on. Get through it. Oh, here's a nice little brush. Oh, this one's got a nice little handle on it. I think I got this. Oh, it's got a rogue hair on it though. It's got a hair that's facing the whole wrong direction. Don't know what's going on there. I need to cut that hair off if I had little scissors, because otherwise that hair's going to touch stuff. So I won't use that brush. Oh, but I want to use that brush. I'll find another little brush and I'll clean up that brush later. It's only a cheapie. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's got too long a doodah. It's got too long a bristles. Oh, there's another little one. I love me little brushes. I love working little. Now, his eye is a beautiful, beautiful golden brown. So I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use, what is that? Because I've just laid out this palette today, transparent red oxide. And I've got my little colour chart here. It tells me what I've got in each pan that I've laid out. So I'm going to go transparent red oxide. You can see that top hasn't dried yet, and for acrylic, so the glycerin really slows down the dry time. Really slows it down, because we're already at about 30 Celsius here, and it would be dry in a heartbeat. This would, even with the aircon on. Okay, see that was a big globby of colour there, but that's okay, I don't mind, because I love the texture as well. Now, I'm going to go on again with orange onto his little cresty bit. And I'm going to add little brush marks of pure pigment quite heavily, so you can actually see. That's what I like about the thick body acrylic. You can see the little brush. You can't really with the camera here because it's on 480p or whatever it is, but or 380p or whatever it is that they do on the cameras on the streaming thingy, the streaming platform. So it's, yeah, you can't really, maybe I can zoom in some more because I can zoom in. Hang on, zoom in. There you go. You can see the texture just here. You can see the little globs of paint, which I love. Okay, now I'm going to go, I haven't got a black. I'm going to use my burnt umber and my cobalt blue. And I've got them laid out, like I said, I've got them laid out in exactly the same space as I do on my watercolour palette. I lay out all my palettes out exactly the same way so that I automatically go to the right spot on my palette, whichever palette I use. So it makes life a lot easier and I highly recommend it. See, this brush is splayed out a little bit. I need to push the bristles together a little bit. Get back into my paint there. And come down here. Just dab around the edge. You can see the darker tones around his little face feathers. And around here. So this is burnt umber cobalt blue. And I have a Discord, Joe. I'm not sure. I'm very bad at checking on it, I have to say. But you can also, I'd love to see a picture of it, Joe. If you want to private message me on Instagram, are you on my Insta? Private message me on Instagram. Send it to me in the tweet, the chat thingy, and I'll have a look at it. I'd love to have a look and see what you're working on. Might get you inspired to get onto it, Dale. And everything hits ugly. Like this is in its sort of, it's hitting its ugly. It's all looking a bit flat. I've got a big glob on my, you know what, I need a thinner brush. I need a finer brush. I'm going to see if I can find, I want like a pencil thin one. I've got this one. Whoops, a daisy. But it's way too long. The doodah on the end of it is just like hilariously long. But I'm going to use it because why not? And I'm going to start to draw in. I'm actually using phthalo blue here, I think. Bit of phthalo? Yeah, bit of phthalo. Put it up on my palette so you can see it, which is a dark blue. It's a lovely blue. And I'm just going to mark in some of these little patterns. So looking at the direction they go. And I'll go over the top of them as well. Why is that? Oh, yeah, it's focusing a bit better. My camera's not looking very focusy today. I don't know why that is. I'm going to add a bit more brown to that, actually, to make it a grey. My little dog's asleep under the table. He's all laid out on his back. He loves the air conditioner. It's been a very muggy old morning. You can see that's still wet from the glycerin. That's amazing. Because it's been so long since I used it, I'd forgotten how long it takes to dry when you add glycerin to it. All right. And then come around here. I'm going to add these little stripes, and I'm going to try and do them in like one brush mark. We're 16 when my friend lives in Scotland. Mine is 16 where your friend lives in Scotland. Wow, that's cold. Yeah, please do. Please do. I'd love to see it. Now, the ones on his chest go a different way to the ones, because the ones at the back are going backwards and down. I have to have a little one of these. That brush has got a nice fine tip on it. I want a really fine tip. This one's a little bit too soft. It's more of a watercolour brush. I need something that's a little bit more firm. Now, this is bigger, but it has a firmer tip. But then again, I might go back to that one that I got before, but it had rogue. I'm just going to grab my scissors and cut off those little road hairs. Go roll over here. Grab my scissors off my clay trolley, because I have them over there on my clay trolley. I'm just going to trim off. I got these in this brush in a, I used to get what do they call them? You know, the packs where you get surprise art supplies. I did that for a while, which was good fun, and they gave me some great things. There we go. See how this one goes. Oops. A bit more pigment on my brush. That's better. That's a more solid stroke, which is what I wanted. Cool bananas. We got there. We got there in the end. It's actually drying on the palette quite fast. I need to spritz it with I've got a spray, exactly the same as watercolour. I've got my spray. Hello, Custom. Love this little cute bug. Thank you, Dale. How are you? Anyone, because I love music, anyone on here who loves music, Custom is an amazing, amazing creator here on YouTube, and he does brilliant reviews. You had me in tears the other day when I was watching the Jimmy Barnes one. Oh, my God, I had a tear. He does beautiful reviews on music. So anyone here in chat, hang on, can I do it? I can't, I don't know how to do a shout out on YouTube. I can do it on Twitch, but I'm not sure how to do a shout out. But any of my friends here in chat, please go and follow Custom. Amazing, amazing, and beautiful, beautiful musician in his own right. So anyone follow, anyone here, please follow. So this is a little zebra finch. I've been doing a series of birds, and I love these little guys. I had them in my aviary when I had an aviary. Now I've just got them wild. They're everywhere. I sit outside and watch them most days. Wonderful, my friend. Good to hear. Very good to hear. Very good to hear. Now, he's dark under his tail. He's got a little bit of grey. Got the same flecks that he's got on his back, on like around his neck and that, on his tail. So I'm just going to just touch that on there like that. I have no idea what that is. My doodah's my computer's telling me stuff, but I don't know. I'm not very good at it. Oh, have a sip of my tea. That's what I need to do. Just sent you the pictures of an ugly stage. Cool. I shall have a look after stream and I'll message you back, doll. Okay, now you can see his crest on his face has got lighter tones. So I'm going to add some lighter, I'm going to add a bit of white to my orange. Oh, yeah, a bit of white to my orange. See if I can make that a little bit. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I'll just go white. Let's just go white. Let's just add the white. Little flecks of white in his orange. Like that. Just a few little flecks. Shane, I forgot to say, have your tea. You did. I thought of you, though. That's what made me have it. Shane always reminds me to have my coffee or my tea. I haven't had coffee in a while. I've cut out all caffeine, which has been fun. So I'm no caffeine, no full-strength alcohol. What else am I doing? No sugar. I did it all at once. And now it was really funny for my husband's birthday. We got him, my kids got him lemon meringue pie. He adores lemon meringue pie. And, oh, my God, I haven't had anything sweet for so long. I had the lemon meringue pie and I nearly fell off my chair. It was that sweet. Thank you for the sub, Toadie. Hello. How are you, Toadie? How are you? That's my mate, Toad. How are you, doll? Thank you so much for the sub. Shout out to Toadie. Hang on. Hello, Toadie goes, Jen. Okay, so shout out, / shout out. Whoops. Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Hang on. Shift. That one. No, why is it? Why? Oh. Why is it doing question mark? Oh, there we go. Shout out at Toad. Why? Oh, because I spelt it wrong. That would be right. Toad King. Wadoo. There we go. Shout out. Oh, why did that not work? Why? Hang on. / Oh, no, it's a line dot, isn't it? Line dot. Shout out. Toad. At Toad. I always do that. There we go. Boom. That worked. I need to learn how to do shout outs on YouTube because I want to shout out Custom. But I haven't got my YouTube thingy up. I'm fantastic. How are you? How are your holidays? Very relaxing. We didn't go far because of the fire risk. But we've been lucky. There was a couple around, but they got them out after about a few days. So we were very lucky. As Dusk Falls. Did you play? Is that a game? As Dusk Falls? I haven't even heard of that. So now I'm going to add the white. What was I doing? I've got to add the white under his little foots there. Under this little toe. Actually, I need to do that last. So what I'm going to do now, I've got to add a little bit of brown, a bit of a yellow ochre to his tum. Got to add a bit of yellow ochre and a bit of white to his tummy because his tummy is not all that light colour. Has got darker underneath, under here. So I'll just add a mid-tone at the second. And how was your holidays, Toad? What did you get up to? up and around here. Well, it's 11:45 and I've had 3 hours sleep in the past 2 days. Oh my God, Shane, you definitely need to rest. Thank you for popping in. Sleep well, doll. Give yourself and get your mum to give you a hug for me, and give your mum a hug for me as well. And yes, I'll catch you next time, doll. I'll try not to stream so late for you. I have to say, since I've retired, I haven't been getting up so early, which has been well, I've been getting up early, but not as early, like not 5 a.m. sort of get up. So I've been streaming. I don't even know what time it is. 10:45. Gee, it's nearly lunchtime. Nearly 11 o'clock. Woohoo. Halfway through the day already. Shane's in the UK, a beautiful part of UK. Gorgeous history around his place. And my holidays were great. I didn't move out of bed except to get more beer. Sound like an Australian, mate. Sound like an Aussie. We'll do night. Okay, cool. You were the same too, Custom? Yeah, I love a beer, I have to say. But I'm on the light beer now, the low alcohol. I'm getting used to it, though. It's nice. Still refreshing. We've got some beautiful beers here in Australia, I have to say. I do love a beer. Now, I've got his tummy bit up a bit high. I've got to make a grey, so I've got to go back into my grey colour that I've made up here and take this down onto his tummy, because see, he's got this really dark splash on his tummy. So I'm going to take that down here, fill it all in. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I saw that. My sister roommate was back home in West Virginia visiting our family, and I had to work, so it was nice. I had the whole house to myself. Yes. Retired and without a schedule. I know. How nice is it, hey? It took me about a month to get used to it. I took a month where I was like, I felt weird because I'd done nothing but work. And now I'm like, nah, now I'm sleeping. Now I'm resting. Now I'm like, oh, I don't have to go to bed early because I don't have to get up at 5. It's so nice. It's very strange, but it's very nice. But yeah, it took me a good month to get used to it. But yeah, I'm loving it now. I can just puddle around and do art whenever I want. I did all my housework. I've got me washing on the line. Now the storm's going to hit and hopefully there's some rain in it and we can get re-washed by the rain. I did. About 2 months ago, 3 months ago maybe. Because I'm going to be a nana, so I'm very excited I'm going to be a nana. So I thought, you know what, I've worked, I've done, I loved my job, absolutely loved my job, had the best team to work with. I worked with the most amazing people, but my life is, I need to be there for my kids. I need to be there for my daughter when she has her baby, and I'm lucky that my husband has a great career and he's okay with me staying home and doing my art. So I'm a very lucky lady. So, yes, so I chose to retire now and I can just help the kids with the baby when the baby comes along. So I was on Aussie time for a year at least, still am to some extent. Oh, wow, you're doing well. I'm barely on Aussie time. Hubby Jen sounds fantastic. You got lucky. Yeah, I'm a very lucky lady. He's a beautiful boy. He's away with my youngest daughter. They've gone to the boat races. He's a mad boat person. So speedboats and stuff. So they've gone up to the lake for 2 days boat racing. So he and my daughter both, he does boundary boat, so they do the jet, his friends have got jet boats and stuff. So he goes out and does the boundary to stop anyone from getting on the racetrack. And my youngest daughter goes and helps the kids who race and pushes their boats in and out and does all that sort of stuff. So that's what they've been up to for the weekend. So they've had a nice restful away. But yeah, hubby's wonderful. We've been married 30 years this year. So we're coming up to our 30th wedding anniversary. Been together since we were kids. Well, not kids, 20s. I wouldn't say kids. It was so long ago. So long ago. I'm just darkening up that leg. Well, since our time changing and your summer started, I'm a little off. Yes, oh my God, daylight savings. And it's thrown me, it usually takes me a good 2 weeks to get used to it because our clocks go back. So it does mess everyone up. And even from one part of Australia to the other, it's different. So I've got family in Queensland. My sister-in-law's up in Queensland, and it's hours different. I've got another friend in Alice Springs, which is right smack in the middle of Australia, and it's, I think, 2 or 3 hours different. My parents will be having their 50th anniversary in 7 days. Wow! That's amazing. That's a good innings. That is a very good innings. That's a ripper. Congratulate them for me. I think I just got paint in my eye. I just itched my eyeball, and I think I've got paint in my eyeball. That's okay. I'm tough. No, I don't have paint in my eyeball. I think I just had a bit of God knows what. Who knows? I had something on my eyeball. Okay, so now he's got a little bit of grey. So this is where I'm not used to acrylics. It's drying on my palette. It's drying very, very fast. So I'm going to wipe it off so it doesn't set like lumps because I don't want lumps and bumps on my doodah. You don't want lumps and bumps on your doodah. It's a bad thing. Got my little bin over there and my cloth. Kiwis are an hour ahead too. Yes. Oh, my God. Custom, that is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. If you ever get a chance, I adore New Zealand. Oh, my God. We've been a couple of times and, my nephew lives there, but it is the most magnificent place on earth. Scenic, majestic. The people are just beautiful. Just beautiful. Like, you couldn't get, if you ever get a chance to travel the world, go. If you got lumps and bumps on your doodah, you need to see a doctor. Yeah, you probably do. Oh, my God. Yeah, you know me too well, Toadie. You know me too well. Me lumps. I meant me palette. That doodah. Oh, now I need to zoom out again so you can see me palette because you can't see me palette now. There we go. Go back a little. Oh, no, that doesn't really work, does it? Hang on. No. What do you want? Do you want it? Would you like it zoomed in or did you want to, are you happy to not see the palette? I need a second camera, but I don't know how to set it up because technology and me aren't friends. Okay. Now, underneath of his beak, I'm just going to go in with a strong red that I've got here on my palette. I can't remember what it is. What is it? It is crimson. I'm just going to add that down the bottom part of his beak because you can see it's quite dark under there, like that. Dave shows me the blue mountains out his back door, but he says they fail in comparison to the mountains. And you know, over there on the little rock, New Zealand. Oh, my God. Flying into New Zealand. All right, I'm going to lurk. I'll pop in and out. No worries, Toadie. Thank you so much for hanging out, mate. I have you running in the background. Just have me turned down because otherwise I might scare everyone. For the views, so good to see you. It's wonderful to see you too, Dale. Thank you so much. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, New Zealand, when you fly in, you actually fly in through the most amazing mountains and they're just all around you. And you literally land, you go down between the mountains to land and it is insane. Absolutely insane. Buation, hello. How are you, my friend? How are you? What's been happening? How's the family? How was your Christmas? Wonderful little bird. Thank you. There's a little zebra finch. I love little zebra finches. And I'm doing acrylic today. So I've been painting the last few days. I've been doing lots of birds. But I just felt like today I wanted to do acrylic. And yeah, just really feeling like I need to do something a bit more juicy, a bit more bright. Get a bit more detail in there. How have you been? Now, I'm not happy with the eye. See, I've got to do the highlight in the eye. Got to do the highlight in the eye. So I'm going to add my dot. I'm going to try and do a shout out to custom. Oh, hang on. I have to go on my YouTube. Just bear with me. I don't know how do you do I don't know how to do a shout out. Custom, if you're there, do you know how to do a shout out on YouTube? Can you do them? I don't even know if you can. Where you share the other person's channel. I can do it on Twitch. Because Boasian's a beautiful, amazing artist as well. How have you been? I haven't seen you forever. Are you still arting and stuff? Sounds like an amazing landing. Oh, my God. It was amazing. There was a lot of turbulence, though. It was a little bit scary, but there was a lot of turbulence. And we went to Queenstown, which is the South Island, and we went on the most magnificent, historic paddle steamer. It's a ship, but it's a paddle steamer. And you go across the lakes, across the centre of New Zealand, or the centre of the South Island, and you're going through all these mountains that no one can access. Like you literally you get dropped in by helicopter. It's absolutely inaccessible. Acrylic? Yes, I'm doing acrylics today because I just felt like I needed to do something with a bit of zing. I needed a bit of zing in my work. And I've thought of actually almost, very almost, I thought about doing oils today. I have some water-soluble oils, and then I thought better of it. And I thought, So now I'm adding yellow ochre, pure yellow ochre to the bottom of his tum. You can see I've got his belly too wide on the left, on this side. I've got too wide over this side. But it doesn't matter. It's not exactly, I drew it freehand. It's not exactly the same as the photograph. So I've got to take the shadows in a slightly different spot. I'm excited for the new year. Ooh, that sounds exciting. What's happening? It's going to be a great year, B. It is going to be an amazing year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because I said so. It has to be. It's going to be a wonderful new year. Now I'm going to add teeny little dots. You can see this brush has got the teeniest, tiniest little fine end that I really love that I can just use to add little dots around on that little white part on his cheek. I'm just going to work backwards and forwards. I've got to figure out, I need to add a stronger sort of a grey under here, but a bluey grey. So I'm going to go with cobalt blue and burnt umber to make my grey again. Cobalt blue and burnt umber, and I'm going to add some white, a bit more white than that to bring this grey stronger down on his tum. So it needs to be a grey. Not so much a brown, but a grey, blue grey. The shadow areas. So, and I love it with acrylics, I can just go over what I just did and strengthen that up. It's been 2 months since Twitch streaming, been taking care of my family and things. Good, very good. Yeah, same. I had a few months off and it was lovely. And I'm getting back into it full on now. And I'm really enjoying it. But the break was good. The break was good. And family comes first, always. Family comes first. And guess what, B? I'm going to be a nana. My eldest daughter's having a baby. I want to go, but you get to work. Hang on. I want to go, but you get to work and I will tell you things I have sitting here on my desk. Ooh, Bundaberg. Oh, and Saxby's made in Manning Valley, New South Wales. Oh, ginger beer to motivate. Wow. I love a Bundy. Love a Bundy. Bundy rum. Very nice. My husband's got Bundy in the fridge out the back. We have that. Scott drinks beer. He drinks Carlton Draft. His mates drink Bundy. And he had a keg of Bundy, actually. A keg of, because we've got a beer tap set. And so, yeah, he loves his Bundy rum. And, oh, my God, my son-in-law's Canadian and he got me real American ginger beer. Oh, God, it's yummy. I'd never tried it before because we don't have, he got it from, I don't know, a specialist shop here, but he got proper American ginger beer for me. So I could try it because all my mates drink ginger beer. No, it's ginger beer. Creaming soda. Was it creaming soda? Or maybe it was ginger beer. Root beer. Root beer. It wasn't ginger beer. It was root beer. Oh, my God. So yummy. Started a side job, as I work on my small business. Nice. It's keeping me busy. Awesome. What's your small business be? Is it art? Time with grandbaby has been wonderful. I'm so excited to have a grandbaby. Oh, my God. I cannot wait because the kids have got a unit on the same farm. So they can just piff the baby over the fence and I can babysit every day if I want to. Congratulations, you too. It's so exciting. I cannot wait. Yeah, I cannot wait to babysit. So, yes, it's so exciting. Very exciting, wonderful times ahead. Wonderful times ahead. So now I'm going to add some white onto his wings. My eyesight's really bad. I'm looking at the screen over there and it's all blurry. Okay, now I'm going to drop some more colours down here. But yes, can't wait. So, very lucky Nana I'm going to be. I'm Nana Banana. Nana Banana. So I'm just adding those little white highlights on his wings. What I'm really loving about acrylic is that I can just keep going back and adding more or taking away or whatever. You know, I can keep adding everything. Now, I've just noticed there's a lot more brown in that, these feathers here. So I'm going to go, but I'm actually going to use red oxide. I'm not going to go in with the brown. I'm going to go in with red oxide. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that on very gently. Around, because there's blue in that grey on his head, but it's looking a bit flat, so I need to lift it. Have another sip of my tea. Oh, this says 100% Aussie from 1864. Ooh! So congrats on the grandchild and not drinking. About taught you a little bit. But yeah, ginger beer says 100% Australian. Wow, yes. So ginger beer. I was thinking of root beer. Root beer. Okay, mate, you have a lovely night. I'm guessing it's night time. It's got to be late there. But have a lovely night, mate. Wonderful to see you. I will pop into your channel and check out what's been going on. You're doing some great work, mate. Really good work and loving the support from the Aussie, for the Aussie side of things. Loving it and loving your input onto Australian music. And it's so cool. And it's so lovely to just see your reactions. So really enjoy it, mate. So I will catch you next time. Have a great day, mate, or night. Whatever it is, wherever you are. So I'm going back in with that red oxide. Just around his wings as well. You see it's a little bit stronger, it's a richer colour. It's richer and warmer. It's just nicer. Stops him looking flat. Sorry, taunted you with a bit. No, you're right, Dull. All good. I've been drinking, it's a light beer and it's called Hahn Premium Light and it's a Tasmanian beer. Oh, my God, it is so yummy. So I don't feel like I'm missing out. Don't feel like I'm missing out at all. I suggest if you can get a hold of Hahn Premium Light, HAHN, I might have to send you some custom. I don't know how I go about sending it though. Can you send beer? You can possibly get it because I don't know about customs, how to get it through customs. Pardon the pun, custom. Signed up with MK, so I'm learning and teaching skincare. Wow, a makeup application with the products I loved. I'm having a blast taking care of my skin. Wow, very good. I had no idea you did that. That is so cool. Very good. That's exciting. Talk to text and by my friend. And I'm in North Carolina. Oh, beautiful part of the world. Yeah, beautiful part of the world, mate. Gorgeous part of the world. If I ever get to travel, that would be one place. I'd love to go to the south of America. I just love to go to the south. I continue working on the children's book illustrations and portfolio. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So it's all happening, B. That is wonderful. Sounds like everyone's in a good spot, which is lovely. Lovely to hear. We're in the best years of our life now, B. And Custom, we're in the best years. When is your next book or art out? Oh, well, I illustrated a book last year. Last year. I had to think what year we're in. It was last year. So I did I illustrated a children's horse book, which was really lovely fun. And I haven't got anything. I actually was going to make a coffee table book on sketches, on ink drawings of Australian buildings, because I've been loving drawing buildings. So I was going to do a coffee table book on ink, but I just got sidetracked and I've been doing so many other things. Cheers, Custom. Cheers, biggies. Cheers, biggies. So, so I haven't got anything lined up at the moment. Because I meant to start on that coffee table book and I did like 4 drawings for it and I haven't done any more because I keep getting, I want to do this or I want to do that, and then I'm very bad at sticking to a plan. I get an idea in my head and I jump around all over the place. Like from one day to the next, I'm doing different things. I'm very grateful. That's awesome, Dale. That is so good. So good. Me too. Me too. We're very blessed. We are both very blessed people. Okay, come down to there. Now I'm adding the highlights and darks to the sticks. Yeah, I absolutely love architecture. I love architecture, but I've got to be in the right mindset because it's so intricate. But I love the ink. I love drawing, but yeah, it's very time consuming, very, very satisfying, but I do have to be in 100% the right headspace to do it. So yeah, there's days where I think I will, and then I get sidetracked and then the moment's gone. I tend to like streaming it, actually. I have to say I tend to like streaming the architecture because then I have a chat while I'm doing it and it sort of distracts me from the detail a little bit. So I might do that again. I might have to stream it. Find another reference and same. Yeah, I jump around all over the place. I'm like, squirrel. I see a squirrel and I'll run in that direction. I see something over there, I'll run that direction. And I'm doing a million things at once. Like I've got back into my gardening. I adore gardening. So I've got back into my garden. I've got back into just stuff around the house, fixing things up, organising everything. So now I've had time to rest. I'm going through and spring cleaning, except it's summer cleaning everything. Yeah, it's been busy actually for being retired. Trying to limit myself to a handful of things. Yeah, I have no self-control. I have no self-control. I'm hopeless. I give up. I give up on trying to do all the, like not trying to do too much. I always end up doing a million things. And yeah, my brain just ADD. Attention deficit. That's what it is. We'll go down. We'll go there. That's what I've got. My daughter and I have a bit of a laugh about it. She calls it Adda Hatter. ADHD. Adda Hatter. Architecture illustration. Yeah, love it. Love your time-lapse vids, mate. Keep creating. Thank you. Will do. I love time-lapse too because I can do time-lapses because a lot of people haven't got time to sit and just watch. And I doom scroll on TikTok and I love watching art videos and how people create, and you just get a real sort of, you can watch a million and I can do it while I'm, standing in the supermarket queue when I'm waiting to be served, or that's what I love about time lapses. People can watch them anywhere, anytime. They're so convenient. But yeah, I love architecture. love architecture. I'm that person who, I'll go into the city and I'll just stand there staring at a building for ages to my family's annoyance. And I love the history. Now I'm re-going over his beak again. I'm not real happy with the colour I've got. He needs to actually be a bit more orange, I think. I've done him red and he needs to be more orange, his beak. But the beauty of acrylic is I can go over it. So now I'm going to add orange to his beak. Ooh, I hear thunder. That's looking a bit better. That's looking a bit better. If I hear too much thunder, I'll have to go because my one little dog, Pippi, is terrified of storms. So I'll have to cuddle her if we get storms. If this thunder persists, I will have to go and mind my puppy because she's a little worrier. I've got Bear up here. He's snuggled up, sound asleep. And my two little Jack Russells. Pippi's a little bit needy. Just adding that highlight again. Might have to wait for it to dry a little bit. These days, most of us get very distracted with many things. Yes, so true. So true. Go around his eye. Not real happy with his eye. I've got to go back and do a bit more. Jennifer, I have a history channel. Oh, really? It doesn't have that many subs, but now that I think about it, there's a couple of different things that are related. One is a big mural that's like 40 feet high. Oh. Type in your channel. Type in your history channel name because I'll follow it. I love history. Yeah, we've got the silos that people paint the silos and I love them. They're just gorgeous and they do all the Australian wildlife on them and stuff. And they're beautiful. And they're a silo. They're a grain silo. They're massive. And they've got the most beautiful sculptures on them. Paintings on them. Yeah, type your name in. Type your channel name in, Dale, so I can follow it for that channel. Talk to text hates me. Oh, it's all right. Talk to text hates me too. And spell correct. Spell correct. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Spell correct and I are not friends at all. I always get all the wrong words. Always. Oh, okay. So I'm going to follow you. Hang on. I'm popping over onto my other doodah, YouTube. I'm going to pull up YouTube. And then I'm going to go to YouTube, pull that up on my screen. I've got my little laptop next to me, so I can go on there and type that in. Try searching. Okay, so then I go, where is it? Custom OG history. Oh, that's not it. I spelled it wrong. Custom. Oh, I've got the T. Oops. Where is it? Oh, I'll have to find it after. It's not coming up on my thing. I'll find it. I will find it. Eve of Horus is the pic. Oh, cool. Love Horus. The Egyptian Horus. Love Horus. I love everything Egyptian. Love all things Egyptian. My favourite is Anubis. I'm a dog person. Love Anubis. Absolutely adore Anubis. It's beautiful. Drawn him a lot when I was a kid. I used to draw Anubis all the time. And I actually did a picture of Horus, actually. I did a portrait of Horus. One of my friends has got tattoos of all the Egyptian gods. And they're magnificent and they're so lifelike. They made them like alive. I'm not able to copy the name for my phone off the chat. That's okay. Writing it down. Yep, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, Custom's a lovely, lovely fella. And he does amazing, because I adore music. And he does beautiful music reviews. Really heartfelt, warm, wonderful to watch, really inspiring, lovely fella. Quite often has me in tears watching his stuff. Very emotional. Very moving. Okay, so now I'm going to come down onto his beak. I've got to add a little bit, little bit of detail around his eye. I'm not happy with the eye. The eye just hasn't done what I want it to do. But that's okay, because sometimes you just got to stop fiddling, and it is what it is. I'm fiddling too much. So now I'm going to add a deeper purple. I got a purple. I'm going to go blue, and I'm going to go a dark red. So I'm going to go ultramarine, and I'm going to add a little bit of that, what is it? Quinacridone magenta, I think it is. And I'm going to go a bit of dark blue. Actually, I'm going to go a bit of dark blue to make that purple. Oh gosh, that's not happening. Hang on, I've got to go back to my red. There we go. That's a nice deep purple, and I'm going to use that in the shadows underneath. Nice, cool shadow colour. Cool shadow colour. Hello, Sir John. How are you? How you going, mate? What's been happening? How was your holidays? Just rolled out of bed? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So I'm using this shadow colour under his tail. Waiting for a package to arrive. Nice. Love it when that happens. I'm also going to use a bit of that purple just to make it all come together a bit on his feathers on his neck as well, just to help, bring everything together. Add a little bit to his wings, just on the darkest dark area. I'm really enjoying the acrylic, actually. Really enjoying it. I haven't used it in so long. This one is exciting. New microphone. Ooh, very good. I just did exactly the same thing. I've got my new microphone here in front of me. Took me a couple of days to set it up. I set it up the other day and I had it backwards. I filmed a video and it sounded far away, or you couldn't hear me at all. And I'm like, what is wrong with this microphone? It's brand new. I had it backwards on the stand because I'm not real good at technology. So now it's working fine because I faced it the right way. As you do. You live and learn. So now I've got to bring the dark more up to his tail, up to his body here. Like that. There we go. That's a bit better. You sound great. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's the mic. It's a Yeti Nano. A blue Yeti Nano. They had a special on over New Year. So they had like half price for the Nano and the stand. So I'm like, mate, I can't leave it there for that. I've got to take it home. I've got to get it. So, and because I have a really bad habit of knocking microphones over, so it's got a stand, like one of those overhead stands, and a spitty zapper thingy, whatever you call those spitty zapper thingies that stop you making popping noises. I make up my own words when I don't know what things are. But yeah, it's got a thing that stops you from popping. And it came with all that, like literally for the cost of the microphone. So I was rapt. Really happy. It seems more professional. Elgato Wave. Ooh, nice. Been there? Yeah. It took a bit of getting used to, B. Took a bit of getting used to, I have to say. But I listened to myself back and I'm like, what on earth have I done? And then I Googled and I'm like, I should have just Googled to start with. But no. Now good old Dr. Google tells you how to do everything. Now I'm going to come down here. I've got to add some feather detail on his little tum. I haven't heard any more thunder, so I don't have to go just yet. Oh, and we've gone completely 100% off grid. So now I'm growing all my own veg. We're doing everything ourselves, which is really fun. I'm really enjoying it for the moment. So we're off grid. So you channel your inner John Farnham with the mic stands. Oh, you know what, Custom? I had a friend the other day, because I play piano, and I had a friend the other day come on, and she's like, oh, so when are you doing a music stream? And I'm like, yeah, no, when you sing. I said to her, when you sing. And she's like, okay, name a day. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm a glutton for punishment. So, if I sing, I will blow everyone's eardrums. I'm really not. I sound great in the shower, but that's it. I don't sound good anywhere else. I think I sound good in the car, but no one else has to hear it. I'm more like Jimmy Barnes. I have that scream thing going. So I'm happy with that. I like that the lighter tones on his chest have come up a bit. Nice. Yes. Oh, and a Stream Deck. Oh, I wouldn't even know how to use one, so I had to get an XLR deck for behind the Stream Deck. And the matching mic. Ooh, that just sounds like a fancy dancy setup, mate. Sounds very fancy dancy. Yeah, but people want me to play piano and stream, and I'm like, I could play piano, but then you'd hear the same music over and over and over and over and over. Off grid. Yes, it is so exciting, B. We got all our solar panels up. Excuse me. Got all our solar up, and we have we've got tank water. We don't have gas. We've never had gas. We can do our own food. I'm growing all my own veg. Scott does the meat. We can do our own meat, no problems at all, being on the farm. So we're off grid. Yeah, it's lovely. It is really nice, and it's lovely just to not worry about anything like that. Still have our bills, obviously, still have normal the rates and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, we can do anything we want, and we just don't have to worry about it. They can turn the power off, they can do what they please, and it won't affect us at all. Shower has great acoustics. Shower has great acoustics, doesn't it? You said you knock your mic stands over. Oh my God, I am so bad at knocking my mic stands over. I was saying John Farnham is the best of that. Oh my God, yes. He goes back and picks them up with his feet. I know, he's a ninja. He's in stealth mode. I tend to do it more like Motley Crue, where they piff it halfway across the stage. Good old rockers of the 80s, where they used to just throw it everywhere. I've wrecked like 3 microphones. That's why I ended up with headphones, because I couldn't break them, but I broke them because when I took them off, I just sit them on the desk. And of course, I wouldn't sit them down carefully. So I ended up damaging the mic on my headset. But I had that for 5 years, so that didn't do bad. My kids bought that for my 50th. So that wasn't, 4 years, nearly 5 years. Oops. I'm adding some sort of the whites around. I'm just going over the highlights a little bit, because he's got little bits of light on his head. I'm not going to do a background. I quite enjoy just doing the bird itself. Yeah, I'm not that agile. I'd end up kicking it with my feet, then tangling it up in my legs and falling on my face. That's what I'd do. I can actually physically imagine that happening to me, like trying to kick the mic up and then getting all caught up in it and falling over. Oh, my God. I started bike riding again. I love cycling, and I haven't cycled in a couple of years, and I'm very unfit. And my bikes are like proper road bikes, race bikes. And the fun thing I have been doing is crochet. Wow, I love crochet. I can only crochet in a straight line. I can only knit in a straight line. I can only crochet in a straight line. I can't turn corners. So you just get a giant thing of string. But I love those, you know, the Nana blankets that have got all the squares. My daughter makes them. My youngest daughter's amazing at crocheting and knitting, and I cannot do it to save myself. But my kids are great at it. They got that from their grandparents because my mother and grandmother were great knitters and crocheters. I'm working on a blanket right now. I love those blankets. Oh, my goodness. They are so snuggly. Finished a few scarves. Wow, very good. God, you're a go-getter. You do all the things. Are you streaming it? So, John, are you streaming it? Because you need to be. Because crochet channels do quite well. Everyone loves a craft. You are. Oh my God, that is so good. I'll have to. What time do you? I'll have to set you. I've got you. I follow, but I don't know whether you're on when I'm awake. So I'll have to go back and watch your VODs. I'll go back and watch your VODs because I need to see. Because it's so relaxing. I can remember sitting as a kid watching my grandma. She'd just sit there and she'd knit, and she didn't have to look. She'd watch the TV. She'd be watching the horse races and she'd be knitting away, and she just never looked down. But she was so fast. You know, it was amazing to watch. And crochet, my mum was the same. When the new mic gets here, I was going to go live and set up on stream. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's brave. I'm really not happy with the eye, but I'm not quite sure what to do to fix it. But you should, absolutely. Aerosmith, oh my God. I love Steve Tyler and Liv Tyler, his daughter, is just amazing. Aerosmith, Steve Tyler swells them. Yes, but Farnsey has the crown. Jimmy, Vanessa Amorosi, oh my God, are my favourite. Cheers, all you beautiful peeps. Cheers to you too, mate. Oh, did you end up listening to, oh my God, what's his name? Oh my God, I've gone completely blank. The New Zealand dude. I've gone completely blank. You know I'm good with tech. I know you are good with tech. I'm really, really bad. I was just saying to everyone that I bought this mic and I had it backwards, and I wondered why I sounded like rubbish because I had it facing the wrong way. I've only had it like a week. I got it at New Year's for the New Year's sale. But yes, I'm shocking with tech. And I said I had to do something on the computer the other day, and I went over to my son-in-law and I said, you know, can you help me with this? Because my memory's full. I went to edit something because I do a lot of editing on my iPad, and I went to edit something on the PC, and it said my memory was full, and I'm like, oh, but I don't know what to get rid of, so I'm scared. He said, well, you know, you can just delete stuff, and I'm like, no, but I delete all the wrong things, and then my computer won't work because I'm not allowed to touch all the things. So my son-in-law's going to have to come over and tell me what to delete because I've used up all of my memory. Because I do too much of everything. I do all the things. And I love games, so I game on my computer. I do art on my computer. I do music on my computer. I've got everything on my computer. So I need a bigger computer. Also, my kids built this for me when I was 50. Yeah, backwards, Sir John. I had it backwards. And then I wondered what the hell I'd done wrong because I was really, special. Very special, not in a good way. I'm going to go back into this indigo. Yeah, I listened back to myself. I left the video up because it was a good video. Like if you just turn me off. It only does it occasionally, but every time I leant away, my voice would disappear. So I'm really glad I fixed that. Oh, I know what I've got to do. I've got to do the rim around the outside very gently. Oh, I hear my little dog. One of my little dogs is looking at the door outside. When I say outside, I mean in the lounge room. My dogs are inside dogs, but I've had Pippi and Daisy have to stay down the other end of the house because they both decide that when I'm streaming, they need to be the centre of attention, and they bark at me while I'm streaming. I'm not sure if you do, but if you still have the Discord, I will leave the History Channel link. Yes, please. I do. I'm really bad at it, but I do. In there. If not, just hit me up on any video and ask. Yeah, awesome. Will do, Dale. Will do. For sure. I'll find it the second I get off. I'll find it. Now I've got to also add some brown down here. He's got a smushy up feather. He's got a smushed up feather just here, but I don't want to. I'm not going to add that in. I don't think. Thank you all. Love what you do. Oh, love what you do too, mate. Love what you do too. Very special. Got to add some more of this brown. I've got to go back in. A little bit of brown up here. I'm just going into the final sort of touches now. A little bit of brown on the feathers on the back of his head. Like that. A little bit more. It looks a bit flat because you got to sort of rough up their edges because they're not flat. Like pencil marks, if you stick in the lines, you end up with flat looking edges, and nothing in nature is flat. It's all fluffed up. So I'm just adding little rough feathery bits around the outside edge. The only bit that needs to be flat is his beak. And I'm going to add a bit of the light orange. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow on his beak, you know. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow into that white, to the top of that white. Just there, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Might even add a little bit of that yellow onto the stem that he's sitting on. These little guys are so tiny. They are little itty bitties. And at the moment, we've got red-browed finches, and they are the size of your thumbnail. They are so tiny, and they've got the brightest red little heads. I put a video up on my YouTube shorts the other day. I was sitting out the back filming them, and they're so teeny tiny. And there was one that was sitting next to a rosella. We've got all these rosellas coming into the garden, and he was sitting next to a rosella. So I filmed him, and there's this giant red bird, this little tiny one with the little red face. It was like redheads unite, little redheads. That was so cute. I love my birds, can you tell? Love birds. Adore them. I sit for hours watching them. Them and fish. I watch my fish tank. Got to add a little bit of a highlight to the tip of his beak. That helps to lift that a little bit. Having another look. Loving your painting. Thank you, Sir John. Thank you. I'm enjoying it a lot because I just really felt like I wanted to do something a bit stronger than watercolour. I nearly got my oils out, but then I thought, nah, just do acrylic because I'm more comfortable with acrylic. But I've got water-soluble oil paints because I can't dispose of chemicals. So I've got water-disposable oil paint. Water-soluble oil paint, I mean. But then I thought, nah, it'll take too long to dry, and I'm very, very impatient. So I thought acrylic is my perfect go-to for if I want something thicker, juicier, bit brighter. I'm going to add highlights onto his feet, but I'm going to use yellow because his feet are orange. I'm just going to use a little bit of lemon yellow. And I think I said before, but one of my tricks, because I haven't acrylic painted in ages, but I set my palettes up, all my palettes, exactly the same format. So I've got my paints laying in exactly the same spot on the palette. Every palette I own is laid out exactly the same. More oily acrylic paints? Yes. Lots more acrylics. I love acrylic. And I love oil, but I'm just too impatient, way too impatient. And I end up with it all over me because I'm messy when it comes to painting. I always end up with my hands and my arms in it. Oh my God, you can hear Daisy. She's her little soul. She's like, my soul, you've locked me in the lounge room. She's like, I want to be in the art room. I was thinking of working with oil acrylics. There is such a thing as oil acrylics. I've only ever, I use water-soluble oils, and I've only ever I did traditional oils once years ago when I was living in Melbourne, but I'm in the countryside now and I just can't do it. I can't use the chemicals. But I love, there's nothing more beautiful than an oil painting. Like they just are probably, to me, it's fine art. Like oil painting is magnificent to look at. It's magical. Water-soluble oils are acrylics. No, they're not. No, they're not. Water-soluble oils are oil. They're still the oil pigment. They just don't need the water, the chemical to dissolve them or thin them. They need water to dissolve them or thin them, but they are still oil. They're a modernized, chemically changed, but they're still oil. Where acrylic is matte, it's plastic. Acrylic is plastic. It is not it's not an oil. In the States they are? Well, that's bizarre. Okay. Yeah, because here acrylic is plastic and oil is oil. And it dries to a flat, where oils, no matter what, dry to a beautiful gloss, a real gutsy, gorgeous gloss. But you guys have different things to what we have, that's for sure. Because I know I've got friends who I follow who do so many different things that I've never even heard of. So, yes, different countries have lots of different things. Australia's very small. I've yet to try oils. It's beautiful, but it's so time consuming. It takes forever to dry. All because of California, everyone is getting, so yeah, try oils. It's beautiful, Bee, but I haven't got the patience for the traditional ones as well. Apart from the fact I can't get rid of the chemicals, I can't dispose of anything, but it takes 6 months to dry. And a girlfriend of mine does amazing oil painting, and it's just magical to see. They don't have this. And this don't do that. Oh, okay. So now I've just got to add that little bit of light on his leg there. Now I'm having a quick look. And I've got to soften up these feathers. These feathers are looking a little bit too hard of a line. So I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to soften the bottom of these feathers. So don't want a hard line. I've just got to soften that line. Yeah, Australia, we're very limited in our what supplies we can get. And there is an issue sort of importing paint and stuff because of the chemical content on a plane sort of thing. Because you've got to be very careful what you can carry on planes and things. So we're limited to what different supplies, art supplies we can get. So I'm having a look here. I'm quite happy with that. I think I'm happy with that as a little painting. I reckon. How long has that taken me? An hour and a half. That's not bad. Oh, they push it? Okay. Yeah, no, I think everyone's entitled to do what they want. Everyone's entitled. If they want to do something, do it. I'm not good at being told what to do. I like doing what I like doing. And if people tell me not to do it, I want to do it more. Only a few states away? Okay. Oh, my God, the fires, they're so horrendous. I've been seeing that all over the news. I feel so sorry for the community. It's so awful. So awful. So I send all my love, all my condolences to anyone who's got any family, friends, anyone who's been caught up in all that horror. So I come down and around here. Now, see what I've done here? I've not given enough space under his neck. I've got to add a bit more. Of the detail under his neck. So I've got to, I need the teeniest, tiniest brush I can find. Have I got one? So I've got to have a look through my paint brushes. Oh, there's one. Yeah. I did see one. Where is it? There it is. That's a tiny little pointy one. Oh, it's hard though. That'll do. It doesn't matter if it's hard because I only need it for the fine detail so it can actually be. Oops. Got to go and buy some more super fine acrylic brushes because I've only got me watercolour ones and I don't want to use my watercolour. No, not happy with that. That's not going to work. It's not going to do it. No, it's hard as a rock. Not to worry. What else have I got? I could use a side of a flat. I could use a side of a flat. Let's try that. Let's give that a go. Oops. Not really. There we go. Just creating some faint lines. Sending love and prayers to Safe Riding. Oh my God, it's absolutely horrendous. Horrendous. There's just no words. It's just absolutely horrifying. I just pray for everyone involved. Pray for everyone, absolutely everyone involved. I'm just adding a little bit of detail onto his tum. See a little bit of the brown flecks coming down there like that. Right, I reckon I'm going to call that. I think I'm so close. Oh, I keep hitting my camera. I'm so close to being done. So I'm going to add a little bit of a highlight. And the beauty of acrylic too is I can come back to this whenever I want to. I can add more if I want. There's a little bit of white on his. I'm going to touch up these whites on his wings and brighten them up a little. Hello, Crunk. How are you? Pretty painting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a lovely day, Crunk. Great name. Orunk. Orunk. Oh my God, my eyesight's really bad. I'm so sorry. Orunk. How are you, doll? You are not cringe. You are fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm very happy. I'm painting and in my happy place. I'm a very happy camper. I'm going to add a bit more red around the top of his eye. Just a little, because he's got that beautiful golden red brown around his eyes. So I'm just about done this little guy. So I am going to call that done. So I need to see who we've got live on Twitch. Because for my friends on YouTube, what we do on Twitch is when you've finished a stream, you can take your followers with you and go to another channel and share the love. So you can share, like if I've got say I've got 6 people hanging out and chat, I can take them to another channel and we can hang out with another streamer. And so I just take my viewers to them, which is a really lovely way of getting people to know each other on stream. YouTube needs, I think you can do it on YouTube now. They call it something different. So I've just got to go back and find how to get to my channel on my Twitch. I can do it on my other screen. Hang on, just bear with me a second. So I'm going to call this done now. Go back to my channel. Back to Twitch. There we go. And then who's on? Oh, we've got some great people on. Okay, we are going to go and raid Erin Bun Paints. Oh my gosh, amazing, amazing streamer. Wonderful lady, just gorgeous, beautiful artist. So let's go and raid Erin Bun Paints. And I will take all my friends. Wonderful painting. Thank you, Bee. Thank you, doll. It was lots of fun. It was so wonderful to see you again, doll. And I look forward to catching you in the very near future. Stream manager. I've just got to bring it up on my laptop thingy here. So then I go /raid Erin Bun. Whoops, paints. Whoops, press all the right buttons would help. So thank you everyone for being here. You guys and girls are just wonderful. Love you all. Thank you so much for sharing my art journey. I will be back tomorrow, probably about the same time-ish. So hopefully I'll see you then. I don't know what I'll be painting. Any suggestions, just pop them in chat. And on YouTube, because you can pop them in chat and suggest, and I'm happy to draw any suggestions. And I will take you all over to Erin Bun Paints on Twitch. And I hope that works. Yes, it's working. Woohoo! We love it when that happens. So I will see you all over there. I just got to bring her up on my iPad so I can see what's going on. And when it rains, hang on, it's just coming up on my doodah. I've got doodahs everywhere. Erin, there we go. I will see you over there.